What is up, guys? I got a full review for you, full review, 30-day challenge update for you this afternoon. Yeah, so what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about the Monterey Bay Knives Sea Otter, which has been just an absolute treasure to carry. This thing is just got a lot of really good things going for it, so we're going to get into a little bit of that. A little bit farther. There we go. That's perfect. Yes, and so what my EDC today is going to be the Paradrop Texas Triari, my car fob, keys, Glow Rhino pry bar, the Glow Rhino tritium insert, got my key bar in my front left pocket. The main carry for the day is going to be the Vox F5.5 and natural micarta. A friend of mine let me know that it was natural micarta, not brown micarta. So M390 steel, great little folding knife. Got a bandana in the back pocket. The Triari I am carrying in my hoodie pocket just because I'm up and down a lot today. Inside of that I have my Raylight Pineapple Mini with the new updated tail cap, and the tail cap is enclosed. Well, it's not sticking out as much, so that way whenever you're hunched over or you're sitting down or getting in and out of a vehicle, you're not accidentally depressing the on switch and turning on your flashlight and wasting battery. Tactile turn bronze, side click short, Glow Rhino pry bar in there as well. And then I did have the Monterey Bay Knife Sea Otter in there, but during the 30-day challenge, I carried these 5-inch Cobras by Knipix. So yeah, that's pretty much what that setup looked like. It can go on the belt, but like I said, I got it in the I got it on the belt clip or in the hoodie pocket today. Ooh. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'll say one thing about a 30-day challenge, y'all. It can be kind of not difficult, man. It's not like I'm undertaking a task that's of just unreasonable proportions, but you know, as an enthusiast, you want to be able to carry a lot of knives. You want to be able to I don't know what the word would be, but yeah, you just want to be able to carry things. You want to be able to I guess fidget with the other knives, carry them, take new photos, but it can be a challenge. That's why it's a 30-day challenge. But it was made easy with this knife because, I mean, look at, I've already got a lot of snail trails on it, kind of. The blade's got a nice little patina already from a lot of use throughout the month, and it's been a really great EDC blade. It's been a great workhorse of a knife. Towards the middle of the challenge, it started to develop a little bit of lock stick. So I had to take it apart, just tighten everything up, make sure everything was good to go. And it kind of solved it, but every now and then if I don't deploy the knife with purpose, if I just kind of like do a slow roll, then I'll get a little bit of stick on it. Front flipping is pretty easy now. Sometimes when I'm not thinking about it, it's easy to do. So yeah, love this nice little blade. The steel on this blade is going to be magnet cut. I think it's at a lower heat treat than ideal, but it's still good. It's still good to go, in my opinion. Thumb studs are kind of got this satin hardware looking stuff, and then the stone wash on the blade, on the handles match, on the titanium handles match the stone wash on the blade, which is fantastic. The clip leaves something to be desired. I have taken a look at Monterey Bay Knives' website, and they have some awesome milled clips, titanium milled clips with engraving on them, and I'd like to snag one of those, but they're like $100. So yeah, the clip, it works. It's good to go. Gives you enough purchase. I did tie a lanyard to one of the barrel spacers, and the reason why is because whenever this knife is closed, you're gonna try. There's a lot of space between the blade. Sorry, I'm trying to get it focused in there. Between the blade and the barrel spacers, there's about almost a half of inch of gap. So I was like, hey, I can probably just tie off a lanyard to that and it'll work. And it actually did. Worked very well for this month. Let's see, what else is there to say? The jimping on the spine of the blade is it's okay. You know, I could do without it, but it doesn't generate too many hot spots. I will say that whenever you're holding this blade, the hot spot that I feel is going to be right here, these corners. Whenever I put the palm of my hand, put it in the palm of my hand in this little crotch right here, and yeah, there's a little bit of a hot spot there, but it's not that big of a deal. I did a little bit of cutting with some cardboard for about like a few passes, 20 passes or so, and it's okay. It's got a hollow grind on the blade. I really love that. It makes for great thin slicing tasks. Good for rope if you're doing small gauges. Good for you know, tubing or hose or anything like that you might need. Really good. Great for food. Not great for food prep. I'm going to be honest there. And not for an onion. Not for larger fruit. But you know, a small apple. Yeah, this could take care of that really easy. It's a very small knife, I will say that. My usual wheelhouse is medium to large, even though I have small hands. The ergonomics, there's not really a lot to speak about. They're pretty neutral. You've got a finger groove for your index finger right here. Can't really choke up behind the blade, so you know this is going to be your main cutting position right here. Or you could do a somewhat comfortable pinch grip, but you're going to be holding onto the studs and the kind of the top of the handle scales. So yeah, what else can we say about this beautiful blade? It's been a joy, man. It's really cool to have this, and I own it. This is mine. This is not borrowed. I was able to purchase it from a friend, Rocky Top Customs. Huge shout out to him. Y'all go follow him on Instagram at Rocky Top Customs. And so yeah, he was able to sell this one to me. That's one thing that we'll get into is the price point. Price point of this one table is around $400, around $380 for 154 cm, $380 for the first run of Magnet Cut, and then I think they had some at Blade Show this year. There's a certain variant that has a compound grind, and there's a hollow midpoint, a hollow grind from here extending backwards, and then a more robust tip. I think it's really cool. But for the most part, this is the design of the Sea Otter. This is 100% made in the United States, which I can appreciate. That's something that I don't necessarily, I'm not a cult follower about it, but I do prefer an American-made blade, American-made just everything, or handmade for that matter. Not necessarily handmade, but you know, the CNC machine work and finish and stuff like that is really good. There is no lock bar insert, so you're pretty much on titanium and steel, and that contributes to the lock stick as well. The cutout right here can sometimes get in the way of the pocket clip getting it in and out, but whenever I was carrying it in like the Triari or something, I was carrying it in the Triari, it was just awesome, man. It's just a great little EDC knife, folding knife. Do a little bit of size comparisons for you guys. Let's do it up against my personal favorite, the Chris Reeve Unum's on. Okay, I'm gonna go pivot to pivot. As you can see, it is quite the small knife. It's around the same size of a small CRK, Sabenza or Inkosi. There's butt to butt, and then we'll go tip to tip, giggity. So yeah, very small blade. Maybe you guys have handled a Demco 20.5. This is my build, or this is my, yeah, it's a build. We'll go pivot to pivot. As you can see, the Demco 80 20.5 is still larger when we're pivot to pivot. Let's go with a Pena slip joint. This is the Pena Apache slip joint. These are identical in size. The Monterey Bay Knives Sea Otter is actually slightly longer blade length, but handle profile is about the same. We'll compare it to the Pena Mula. Like I said, the Mula is slightly larger. The Mula is a medium-sized knife. It's got similar ergonomics. There's not a cutout for the index finger, but there is like this crotch right here. So, you know, you can compare it to that as well. This is a sheep's foot style blade by Pena. Oh man, I miss this thing. I probably will carry it for the rest of the day. Who knows? I don't know. And then I will set it up next to a pair of, I think this is a 7-inch pair of pliers, CT pliers. So yeah, that way you guys can kind of get a good feel of the size of this blade. Here it is up against the extra small Cobras, butt to butt. Go butt to butt, right there, and then kind of pivot to pivot, I guess. So yeah, it's a good EDC sized blade. I really like it. I like it better than a slip joint. You know, there's the Pena X Series Apache. I like it better than a slip joint because the action is there, it's dialed in. There was not a lot of blade play, although right now I am feeling a little bit, so that kind of stinks. So I might have to tighten that up a little bit. Sharpening was a dream. This MagnaCut, compared to S35VN, it was on par with sharpening S35VN. S35VN is probably one of my favorite steels to sharpen. I've had it on a Wee Knives Banter, and that was a really good one. I have it on my Hinderer ZT collaboration, the 0393. That's a pretty good S35 in my opinion. And this one, yeah, it took a 20-degree edge very well, and I have my Work Sharp field sharpener, and it sharpens up really well on that piece of equipment as well. I used the precision adjust on this one the first time I sharpened it, and it came to life very quickly, and it sharps up very nice. I think I didn't have to sharpen it. I think I had it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks before I started this 30-day challenge. I sharpened it at the beginning of the challenge, and I only had to strop it like 3 or 4 times. I only had to sharpen it once towards the end there, just because it wasn't stropping up as well anymore. So I decided to go ahead and take it to the higher end grit on the field sharpener, sorry, and it honed up pretty nice after that as well. So that's really good. Like I said, it does the reverse flick very well once you get used to it. The front flipping, you can hit it with some varying degree of accuracy and efficacy. It's pretty good. Let's see, what else can I say? It is starting, there is like a little, can't get it in the light. If you look at this crotch right here, you see that little shiny spot right there? That is from, you know, carrying it in the pocket and a bunch of other things. Let me see. Yeah, when you carry this in the pocket, I'll try to show you guys how that rides. Give me a second. Stop recording. So carries in the pocket with that much space, and it's really nice. I like it. All right. But yeah, we'll kind of go into, is it worth the money? I don't know, man, because I feel like you can get a plain Jane small Sabenza for under $300 on the secondary market. I got mine on the second. I got my Sea Otter on the second market, and you know, it's not in MagnaCut. You won't find one for that cheap in MagnaCut as far as the small Sabenza goes. But I don't know. I'm glad to have this one. I think you're really paying for the scarcity on this one, and then the American-made name tag. I'm glad to have this one. This is a keeper, and I think I mentioned for sure on Instagram. I'm not sure on this channel yet. I'm gonna keep this one for a long time until they come out with like a Tonto. They are coming out with a River Otter, which is a larger size. It should be closer to the size of the Mula, maybe even a little larger. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Although if you're looking for plain Jane titanium, a small CRK would fit this bill pretty easily. and that might be more cost effective. I was able to hop on this one as a deal from a friend. That also being said, I was able to make payments on this one, so not a lot of people have that opportunity. I was very fortunate. So like I said, huge shout out to Rocky Top Customs. And then a few other things, like the action's really nice and snappy. It is running on phosphorus bronze washers, so that's really awesome. I really like the action for it on that. As you can see, I just can deploy it all the live long day. The detent is right where it needs to be. I would say it would be like if you're a weak detent, if you're a strong detent, it would be in the middle, airing a little bit more towards weak. But other than that, it's been really good. Taking it down is super easy. The only issue is that these barrel spacers, when you take everything apart, they're not fixed, they're not shouldered off or anything like that. So pretty much I just take off the show side scale and leave the barrel spacers on, so that way whenever it comes to threading it back, it's really easy to do. I'm trying to think of anything else that I may or may not have covered yet. Yeah, I carried it in a sheath in a Paradrop Triari most of the time, and this Texas Triari as well. It fits really nice in there, but I do have to utilize the lanyard if I want to pull it out safely without it getting stuck. So that's why I do advocate for the lanyard on this one particular, especially since this Triari is slightly taller, sorry, get that out of here, slightly taller than my original one. So this one was actually made for my Apache. It was shrunken down just a little bit, but it works really, really nice as well. So there's the Apache in there, it hides it away. And then we'll see right here, boom, hides it away perfectly. The handle profile when folded, the Apache and the River Otter are practically identical. I really like that because I really like the Apache. I'm really glad I picked up this beautiful little slip joint made by Riot. And I'm trying to think before I completely sign off and say goodbye for now. Yeah, I think the biggest thing would be the price and the availability. In the last few weeks, I've seen these come up a little bit, not a lot. I've seen them come up on sale on the secondary market, maybe two on Facebook, 2 on Instagram. I've seen come up. They may have been the same. They may have been the same sellers. I don't know. I don't know everybody's names or their personal information and stuff. So that being said, yeah, this is a pretty good little knife. I'm gonna keep it. I like it. I don't think I would trade down to a small Sabenza, although it might be worth it. Who knows? I don't know. The goal for this one is to hang on to this one for a while until either something better comes up, like a Tonto, or I might even try a McNeese PM. I forget what they call it, a PM2 or PM3 or something like that. That'd be a cool little frame lock to try out in Magna Cut. I'm trying to at least have one Magna Cut knife in the collection. As far as 30-day challenges, I think I'm finished. I think what I'm going to do is going to carry this for a couple of weeks and then send it back to my buddy Golden State. And this is the F5.5, of course. I already have a review of this knife. Check it out, but mine was a bronze handle in L-Max steel, blade steel. This one is in natural micarta and M390 steel. So yeah, we'll check it out, man, for a little bit. I'm really glad to have one in hand. It just really sparks my love for these designs by Voxness. So yeah, trying to think, any updates that I have? No, I do have something coming in the mail. Hopefully I'll get that uploaded this weekend whenever it ships to my house. But other than that, man, yeah, I'm just kind of taking care of things that need to be taken care of. I will say that this is starting to patina a little bit. This is my Texas Triari, that is. Just because I am constantly getting up and down, bumping into things, and sometimes I'm not all that concerned with just, where I'm placing my body and my hips and stuff. So whenever I carry it in the hoodie, I'll either just kind of let it run free, or I'll carry it like that. Same thing with a pocket or another jacket or a what do you call it? A coat. I'll put it in that breast pocket that's on the inside of your lapel. I'll slide it in there and I'll keep the clip out, and that works just fine as well. I think today I might either carry this Leatherman again, or I might carry this with the Triari and the f5.5, but we'll see. It's going to be a pretty busy day today and tomorrow. I would have loved for my package to arrive today so that way I can carry something special tomorrow, but we'll see. As far as things that are coming down the pipeline, I don't really have anything until probably after the holidays, as far as new knives and stuff like that. So yeah, trying to think. I don't know. It's good. It's cool not to have to be obligated to carry one knife for any amount of time anymore. So now I can like go to the Zon or something like that. And actually, I might try something right now, live. Take this Otter out, grab the Zon, and shoot. Yeah, man, that's perfect. I mean, look at that. That's good. That works for me. Might stretch it out a little bit more than it needs to, but I got a smaller Triari for the smaller knives anyway. So this one could probably be my full-size knives. Let's see, does it fit the 0343, the 0464? That's what this is. Might need to put a lanyard on this one. Oh, if I get that. I don't think it does the Demco all that well, but that's fine. Ooh. Okay, yeah, it does. It does the Demco just as well. And then you still got room for your pry bar. I might not carry a pry bar in this if I have a full-size knife in there, just because it makes everything all the more tight. And then yeah, I think we're good to go on this, guys. I appreciate you for watching, and if you have any questions about the Monterey Bay Knives Sea Otter, please feel free to comment. Leave a like on this video. It really helps me get a little bit more exposure. Share it with your friends, and subscribe, man. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll keep trucking along, guys. I haven't stopped yet. So thank you guys for being patient with me. You're awesome. Follow me on Instagram at highwinds_EDC. That's where I just spend a lot of time on. I do a lot of responses on there. And yeah, just communicate. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Have a very good evening, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, day. Yeah, have a good day. Bye now.